Hi there, my name is Phixfox and welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 3. This is going to be the part 2 of Driving for the Boots, the final scenario in Jem's campaign, New Beginnings in the Shadow of Death. And this is going to be, I think, pretty much all fireworks all the way. And let me tell you exactly why. Here we are. And this is going to be taking place basically the day before I hit end turn here. I just loaded up the autosave in large part because I want you to be able to see what the enemy does here and what happens in this final moment, because if you recall, I left you with a cliffhanger, and here is the cliffhanger as it stands. Oh, red's right there, okay. Orange is right there, okay. And the Centaur population doubles. Number one, there's a part of me that says, look, I probably don't want Clancy and Jem heading out here into the unknown, knowing that they are both win-loss conditions. If I lose them both, that's bad. Let's not do that. What if I use Clancy to simply pick up some high-tiered troops, maybe, oh, I don't know, some dragons, and convince hordes of centaurs, hordes here, and maybe lots here. Maybe I have Clancy stay back and try to impress the locals, help make sure that they want to join me, and in that way we can be very effective with our time and our resources. Let's take advantage of that, number one. And then number two, we saw red, and they're somewhere over here. Who knows how close, how far? I don't really know. But this is Charna. They are Orange's toughest hero, with 10 attack, 14 defense, 7 power, 7 knowledge, warrior type of hero. Okay, pretty tough, pretty scary. Let's take a quick look at the vision spell, though. And what does this tell me? Nothing I didn't know before except for this. This is a bare bones army. No pun intended, knowing that they are necromancers. Bare bones indeed. Plus, 163 peasants. If that is your biggest stack, you got some major problems. And I think that my power with Jem, my spells, are going to overwhelm anything that you have to say on the matter. Not to mention, Charna has exactly 8 spell points. This is an opportunity I cannot miss. I cannot miss this. Now, here's my problem. I don't think that I can get all my troops from Elfwind, of which there are many, knowing that there is something in the range of, let's see, 116 centaurs, 59 dwarves, 53 grand elves, 25 silver pegasi, 24 dendroid soldiers, 11 war unicorns, and those 4 green dragons. I want all those troops on Jem. They're too far away. I don't think I can get there in one turn. And I'm worried that Charna might get away if I'm not careful. But because I can't guarantee I can get all these troops here, and because I think it's going to be really bad logistically for me to make that happen, I think I'm going to have to do something nifty. I'm going to have Jem go all the way here to the edge of the border guard, knowing that we will pass next turn, and I need to do the biggest swap you've ever seen. I need to get my Kiri, logistics hero, up the road as far as he can go. I need Clancy to come down as far as he can come, and we need to plan on busting through this barrier, this green border guard, on month 2, week 1, day 2, which might be the fastest I've ever cleared this border guard. Generally, it's not a great idea to do that because the enemy is going to be so strong, they're going to be so tough, but I think that my spells are better than their troops. So, I could be wrong. This could be inviting absolute disaster. We need to see how this turns out. Let's take it from here. First and foremost, let's actually make sure that we get this 1 green dragon. It's not going to factor into our plans right this very second. I know. That's 2,400 gold I'm not going to be able to send right now with Clancy. And yet, I think it's important for me to focus on those dragons. I'm going to keep these 2 dragons there, that one that's coming, and these 4 right here. They are not coming with the major army. Crazy? I think maybe just a little bit. And I think it's crazy because that's so much power, that's so much firepower that the enemy is not going to have to deal with. But being able to get dragons up to gold status is such a benefit, such a bonus, and I think that that's ultimately going to be better for me in the long run. I just have to go into this initial area that orange and red possess. I need to kind of establish myself there. I can then back off, and I can then let the pendulum swing, and I can overwhelm them with gold dragons in due time. I hope sooner rather than later, although it's going to be a little bit of a ways away. So green dragons will stay. Otherwise, in order of importance, I think that we pick up elves first, always. I think that we then go for, do we go for the whole stack of silver pegasi, or do we get just enough that they can be a reasonable threat to bother liches and power liches? I think that 15 is about the right number for that. The whole stack is excellent. I don't think that they really do damage. My spells are the damage. They are just meant to jump on enemies and do this kind of specialist role to stop ranged attacks against my troops. Same kind of goes for these unicorns. I think that they're here not in groups of 11. I think that one group of 3 is actually good for now, just so that way they can have that aura of magical resistance, and also I can use them to take some hits, and I can use them to potentially blind, kind of just get in the way a little bit. Dendroid soldiers, I actually love Dendroid soldiers a lot. But the problem is I'm way low on gold. We're going to pick up half of the Dendroids. We've got about 6,000 gold left. And then between these dwarves or between these centaurs, tough to say which you'd rather have. I think that I love the centaurs so much. I'm going to get 50 of them, and then the rest is going to go into these battle dwarves, and we will see just how useful all these troops can be. I like this split. I think that this is a good split. I think that you've got a good argument for Phixfox not taking these green dragons. And in fact, knowing that my strategy is to use green dragons with Clancy to try and impress some centaurs, I think that we are going to take the dragons with us now, knowing that we will probably come back very quickly. Let's actually cast the vision spell here. 82 centaurs are willing to join us. We got to do this. This is a good strategy. 74 want to run. Okay, let them run. If you want to run, run. I'm not going to stop you. But I think it's actually good to check this. Okay. So we got 74, we got 82. I think I can drop troops off and figure out exactly how many troops I need to get these creatures to join me. Okay, so 82 centaurs will flee before us if we don't have a strong enough army. 93 though, the creatures are willing to join us. Interesting. That's so interesting. Does that mean that these 74 centaurs with a full army plus some will be willing to join us if we are just so overwhelmingly crazy? And the problem is I don't know. I do not know. But I think that knowing that there's 74 free centaurs here, knowing that I'm going to have a whole fistful of gold next turn, 13,000 gold next turn, I think that we go out of our way just a little bit. We go here, we pick up these mighty fine gentlemen. We're going to leave, the unicorns for now. We're going to accept them. We're going to head back. We're not going to get far, are we? We're going to have to hire another hero. We're going to have to trade some resources to send another hero on the way. And then we are going to have this hero chain in place. And it's actually going to be better for us because it's going to still be Clancy who's going to be kind of bringing up the rear. He's going to stay far away from the enemy. I do not care about Sulfur. I do not really care about Mercury for the reasons that we've talked about in previous scenarios. I've already got all the spells I need. I don't need Mage Guild levels except to get my Mage Guild level 3 for these dragons. So with that being said, let's pick up a hero. We've got Elishar, 17 and 5, intelligence speciality, or Torosar with the ballista speciality. Hey, he's got a free ballista. That's a $2,500 or 2,500 gold war machine. I actually think that that's a pretty good move. Let's do that. Let's take the 9-speed war unicorns and let's go down only to right about here as Clancy heads back. Yes, and we'll send everybody over except for dragons and centaurs. Those Clancy will wait for. We will upgrade them next time, and then Torosar's job is to get down the road as far as he can. As far as he can. Now, how far can he get next turn? Looks like he's going to be able to get to right about here. Just to make sure that everything works out fine, we're going to meet him up the road just a little bit of a ways. And then Gem, per our previous conversation, she's going to go and rest right up against this green border guard because the enemies can't get around it, and I don't think that they have any way to get through here. We hope that Charna does not pick up spell points. If she does, we're having a little bit of a rough time. Otherwise, Genova as a secondary hero, what does she have opportunities to get? There are unicorns here, windmill here. I think that we go straight for the windmill. We're not going to worry about troops from Fortune Keep right now. Let's just let those build up for now. Let her do her job, accruing 350 extra gold per day and getting some of these other knick-knack goodies on this side of the map. So, good plan, bad plan, it's a plan. And it sounds good to me so far. Let's see how this goes. Whoop, that was close. Gem, we had a plan. I need you to do your plan. Okay, so Red's hero is right here. We hope that he comes close enough that we can actually view him. I don't know who that hero is. It could be their toughest hero. It could be Striker. Striker is the name of the guy from Mortal Kombat 3. That was Striker. No, this is Striker. Big difference. Okay. Good plan, bad plan. This is the best plan we got. So Orange does run, but they don't run necessarily too far. That feels pretty good to me. I am picking up stables. I'm going to sit here on the homestead, but I'm not going to leave just yet. because I don't want to pick up those elves if I'm not sure that I have the money for them. Same goes for the unicorns there. And then Clancy can reach here after I upgrade some troops. That's an extra 82 Centaurs. That's an extra, let's see, let's do this right. I think that now we take, do we take more unicorns? Or do we fill out our army? Unicorns are good. If you're not going to take the dragons, you better take the unicorns, I think. I think that that just makes too much sense. And then let's actually finish it off. Do we get one big power stack of the Centaur captains? I actually think so. I actually think so. The small numbers of the battle dwarves will make them more of a specialist unit to just kind of take hits and just be in the way. One big power stack of Centaur captains. That is my plan, and it feels really good. This is make or break kind of time, and this is really of high concern. Not only because, hey, if you lose gem or if you put yourself in too much danger, you could lose the scenario. That's a given, right? That's an absolute given. We still have that ballista. The big thing is this, is that there's no going back. If you breach this barrier, it doesn't go back up. It is now open season, and the enemy can come to you, and you are going to have to defend the very, very best you can. And so, if you take this gate too soon, then you're in trouble. Are we taking this too soon? I think the conventional wisdom says yes, we are. I do. I really do. I think the conventional wisdom says we're taking this gate too soon. My hope is that it will not prove the death of us. I'm going to send this one green dragon. Even one green dragon can be useful. We're going to keep our dwarves near the ranged creatures. Our dendroids are actually going to go kind of more in the middle because they can respond a little bit better. 4 speed, yeah, I want them in the very center. And then Centaur captains, I want Silver Pegasi in the very middle so that they can get out of the way in case we do not spend the time to attack a whole stack of liches. Centaur captains right below them. Maybe the war unicorns? No. War unicorns to the very bottom. Green dragons below them. It's funny how you can say to the very bottom and then right below them. We do have the still eye of the dragon. We can always slip that on right before battle. We need to remember to do that. This may be that time that we do that. Okay, folks. It's been a little bit of a build-up, but I think that this is the right decision. Let's overwhelm the enemy. As you rein in your horse, a guard steps up to you. Welcome. I have received word of your arrival. Arrival. Do you wish to pass it this time? I do. The border goes down. Let's travel by road. And let's just see what we got here. Piece by piece, inch by inch. We may ignore some heroes if they're not the hero. Isra, for example, I don't think that we really care. I think we can get out before we have to worry about that too much. Torsar, he's going to actually be the one to kind of follow up and maybe go to the sanctuary. I don't care if I lose him. And then Gem is still traveling by road. I think that we saw Orange go this way, though. Do we travel by road? I see a rally flag. We have not visited that. I think it's probably best to get the +1s and get the additional movement points. You rally your troops around this flag, renewing their strength and lifting their spirits. You feel at your peak and can travel a bit further today. I'm hoping this is Charna the Death Knight. Is it going to matter to me if I cast visions or not? I'm going to do it anyway. 2 spell points. She picked up 46 Centaurs. Interesting that they did not actually attack them. That's the second time that they have let some low-level tier 1 creatures into their army instead of turning them into skeletons. Good decision, bad decision. Bad decision, especially because they spent 4 spell points. And maybe more, probably more, assuming that she's recouping 1 per day. We have to take this fight. This is why we're doing what we're doing. Let's do this now. The enemy has fled. 2 Silver Pegasi, 60 Centaur captains. The fact that she has fled, though, is bad. We have to nail her right here. No matter what we do, we have to make sure that she does not escape. Let's fight this fight even better. Wow, the expert tactics. I love tactics so much, and this is why. Even useless troops like the skeletons and the peasants, who are so slow, they're even to the point where they can be useful here. That's bad for me. I need to turn this back off. I was doing a video with a special guest, and they prefer to have the hex grid on, and so that's why that was on. Makes me happy. Okay, 1 bone dragon, 46 centaurs. What's going to be the most difficult unit to deal with? It's probably going to be these liches, especially because they're so far away. I think that they're going to be the most difficult to deal with. Because of the tactics, we can't really use the mass slow like I would like to. The bone dragons, for example, will still get across the battlefield. We could probably keep the vampires, wights, skeletons, and peasants from getting too far. Even the centaurs, but everybody else is going to have a little bit of a field day with us here. I think, though, that it might be a reasonable thing to cast this expert shield. Do I care about the damage from these liches? No. Do I want to mix up this fight? Yes. Do I want to attack and then let the enemies kind of not get that last attack? Absolutely. It looks like from our bar here that our ballista might be going last. No, it looks like their ballista will go last, our ballista, and then theirs, because they have a ballista and a first aid tent. We do not have a first aid tent. So what spell to cast? Might be a good time for a haste. Remember, we have implosion, so we can always drop a house on these liches if we need to. If we can clean up all these other troops, we can always cast that there. And so long as we get these silver pegasi off of this spot here, doing damage here is not really going to matter too much from these liches. Let's cast haste. More than the slow, I think that we can cast the haste, and that'll help our troops engage, and that will give us the opportunity maybe to slow later in case some of our really slow troops are going to be strong enough to attack them, and it will always give us the advantage. I think that right now, given that we want to engage with them, this expert tactics is actually good for us. Let's engage, and let's engage now. Liches first. 3 go down. With the war unicorns, I got the choice here. Who's the toughest enemy to deal with? Probably these 12 vampires. With the 20 attack, 23 defense versus the 20 attack, 24 defense of the wights. Really? 7 and 7 versus 10 and 9? There we go. Huh. Interesting how that works out. Okay. So I think it is going to be the vampires, though, with their 30 hit points. Those are going to be the troops I'm most worried about, even though they don't have the drain life ability. Let's take them out now. Tremendous. And we might even want to wait a little bit here. This huge stack of Centaur captains is going to wreak havoc. I think that we do want to do damage with the Centaur captains. I think the 46 Centaurs is going to be more damage than any of these other troops, actually. So let's do that. Wow, this good luck is tremendous, by the way. We didn't even put on the Still Eye of the Dragon, which, of course, is a huge mistake. I think that we do go with the Grand Elves, and then we wait on everybody else. I think that that's probably the best thing for us. Let's just take out the peasants. We're going to need to deal with them at some point, and I'm fine with taking some losses. My goal is to make sure the enemy does not run. Can we kill all these skeletons? The answer is no. Let's just get a good whack off, and then we just wait, and we just hope that they do not run just yet. Okay, so here's my goal now. With what's remaining, I think that my goal is absolutely to, again, implosion these liches in 1 second. We've got to kill 25 wights and 26 of these skeletons. We're going to attack in this direction, bind them, and then the dragons can attack in this direction. Maybe they can kill one of the skeletons. It's going to prevent the war unicorns from getting into these wights, but I think that the centaurs can actually deal with them. Aha, okay. So, all my troops are faster. Battle's over. Nope, battle is over. Assuming that I can implosion these liches for full damage, I think that we just won this fight, no problem. Because our Grand Elves are just so fast. Unicorns are going to get into these 4 skeletons. Wights, they're going down, if not here, by the Grand Elves. So a glorious victory. And note that it was much more costly to do what we did there, as far as troops lost, and maybe there was a better way of doing it. I have noted in previous playthroughs, I have something of a bend but don't break attitude. Bend but don't break, meaning that so long as my ultimate goal is met and I identify what that goal is, then the losses can be acceptable up to that point. So long as we get that final goal, I will sometimes lose some lesser troops, knowing that it's better to be safe than go on that knife's edge and then fail. So, Orange's toughest hero is gone. I'm hoping for some serious artifacts right now. Some serious artifacts. Let me see it. Okay, not bad at all. That's a +4 from the Buckler of the Null King to your defense, +4 to your attack from the Greater Null's Flail, and then the +10 to your archery skill from the Unicorn's Mane. Excellent, especially because we have already got the expert archery. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to see that. I think that we're going to abuse this rally flag. Of course, this resets every single time that you do not use it. So let's make this mistake no longer. Let's get this rally flag here. That's going to help us go even further. We attack Isra. Just 1 Walking Dead. Is that worth it? Yeah, let's do it anyway. Take out this one Walking Dead. Glorious victory, 500 experience points there. And then once again, 3 times in one turn, we're going to use this rally flag. And so overall, we're still going to have 1,400 movement points left. We could play it safe. We could go for the Sanctuary. We could just travel up the road and hope for the best. I think that we're the biggest, baddest, toughest son of a gun here. Do we press our luck? I think so. Let's press our luck. Press our luck and go try and hunt red. North or south? I don't know. Let's just head north. Okay, War Machine Factory might be good for us to get our first aid tent back. And that's going to be that turn. That's going to be the end of that turn. So, Sanctuary would have been safe. I don't think I hate this decision. I don't love it because it's not being safe, but we'll take what we can get. No purchases to make. We have already traded for some resources. We're going to wait for one more day. I finished reading the Druid book last night. I have been reading it slowly and thinking about what it says and also what it does not say. While there are differences in specifics, the core philosophies are virtually identical. Of course, that is Gem considering becoming a druid instead of a sorceress. A very fun plot point, one of my favorites, as I've already mentioned. But we're just going to travel up this road. This is potentially dangerous. I need to know, and I need to fight. I think that we're tough. I think that we are just that tough. Glorious victory. This is Sai again. This was Pink's hero, now hired by Red. This looks like it's going to be a very, very tough fight. We are not going to accept these results. I think we can do much better. We are not to the point in these numbers where I think that a Destroy Undead is going to be very, very useful for us. However, something like a Chain Lightning just might be. 7 power, 8 knowledge. This is not going to be an easy fight. I don't think the Implosion single target high damage spell is going to be useful. I would like to think that a Summon Earth Elemental could take some attention from the enemies, but it's not guaranteed. And in fact, rarely do I ever see that happening. Rarely do I ever see that happening. This might be not a bad time to consider just a simple teleport spell. We do have the teleport spell, although it's only basic, so I don't believe that you could teleport from the outside of the walls to the inside of the walls. Let's scrap that idea for now. And this is not the time to consider something like a slow, because we need to assault their castle. The haste, I think that that's not necessarily going to help these troops here. I think that a damaging spell to mitigate damage is going to be the very, very best thing that we can do. I do believe that. So, with that being said, which one is it? There's no huge stacks where a meteor shower can take out these enemies. We do have the resurrection, so we're probably going to end up resurrecting a whole ton of these Grand Elves. Let's just plan on that. And otherwise, let's plan on this Expert Chain Lightning. We can kill all of their liches, start to work on this stack of Walking Dead and skeletons. I'm not worried about the 5 Black Knights right now. Let's let them stay in their castle, scared, hurt, terrified, and let's wait on the rest of all of our troops. As we kind of see this battle develop, I think that they're going to fly across the battlements and come to us. Excellent blind. I think that's terrific blind. We're probably going to use... Well, we can't use... We cannot use an anti-magic on the Grand Elves because then we cannot resurrect them. I don't know if the turrets are actually going to attack the Grand Elves or somebody else. I think that the turrets in Heroes 3 are smart enough to know that you want to keep the blinded troops blinded. I know in Heroes 2, they will often, to my sorrow, my chagrin, they will often wake up the blinded troops. They will break that terrible, terrible spell, and it makes me very, very sad. These troops are not going to come on out here. Maybe the Wraiths can reach. The Wraiths might reach. If they do reach, that just means that we're going to attack them in short order. That's 9 Centaurs going down. I think it is going to be these War Unicorns, my big tough hero, my type of unit, my 6th level creatures. They're going to try and cross this bridge against these 23 skeletons. Let's just get the Green Dragons into this combat position where they can potentially help. It might be an Implosion next, and then we'll start to do our Resurrect True. And so with that being said, let's actually just kill skeletons if we can. We killed most of them, but not all of them. 5 Centaur Captains go down. It looks like we're not even going to really need to worry about resurrecting those Grand Elves. It might be these Centaur Captains that get the Resurrect. Regardless, I think that the Implosion is definitely going to be the best thing. That's a lot of hit points going down in one go. I think that the Silver Pegasi can actually back off now. And we'll see what the Skeletons and the Walking Dead do. Perhaps we should even... Should we wait? Skeletons are going to go before the Walking Dead, and they're going to take 2 hits of combat. Walking Dead can only go about yay far. I think that we actually back off. We may take 1 additional round of spells, but that's not too bad for me, especially because it's just blinds. Blinds are not very concerning to me. Walking Dead choose to wait. And now they open up the gates for me again. And I definitely don't mind if the Battle Dwarves take the hit. But there's not going to be any follow-up on this round of combat, save for the dragons. I think it's best just to wait for some of my bigger, badder stacks to do some damage here. Let's just take a quick look here. How many Centaur captains have gone down? Centaur captains... 9... 5... Is that all? 14? 4 Grand Elves, 14 Centaurs. I think that's it. I do believe that's it. So actually, losses are looking pretty acceptable. Maybe just one more implosion. We'll just accept those. So 4 of the Grand Elves, 3 of the Battle Dwarves, and 14 of the Centaur Captains. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, I could have resurrected those Elves. I think it's best just to get out of town. Just finish this up. Get it over with. And immediately you're going to see me do something that is very important to me, and that is hiring heroes strictly to be scouts. And I don't care if these scouts live or die. I really don't. Not my priority. What's important to me is that my main hero, Jem, is able to see if there's a problem coming long before it gets to me. And this might even flush out some of the enemies. This will make sure that we don't have a problem with the cover of darkness in this particular area. And so we've seen a lot here. Even though this is probably going to get covered up by a cloud of darkness very soon, we're getting valuable, critical information. Let's make it be... It doesn't really matter, does it? We will take the hero that's got Eagle Eye. Why? Maybe that'll somehow make her better at scouting. I know that's not how that works. But it sounds fun. It sounds possible. It is going to be pretty useful, I think, to pick up graveyards and this sawmill, just so that way, not if, but when a cover of darkness pops us again, we'll still have some view of the world map. That can help. And once again, we're going to spend even more gold. Do I hire 3 heroes in one turn? Algar, level 4 druid. I think I ought to. Then again, I am out of hero slots. Let's see. We're going to want to keep... There's a lot of heroes that we're going to want to keep. And so let's just work on our other heroes, and we will decide from there. Overall, good strategy, bad strategy. It's the strategy that I'm going with. We're going to make sure we drop off this one dragon, so that way Clancy can continue to hopefully impress some of the local centaurs. We might as well have him sit over here overnight. I think he actually needs the spell points anyway. Let's pick up our 2 unicorns. Let's head down to get our windmill to the very south here for Genova. And then Torosar, he is still going to continue to try and get to this sanctuary. I hope he can get there. In fact, just because I'm not sure he can, we're going to go to right here. We're going to go to right here. Do I have the cover of darkness up and active? I do. That feels pretty good. And then let's go into a position here with Kyrie, whatever his name is, where we think that Clancy can reach him next turn, or Eri for that matter, just in case we need to do a long split. And that really begs the question of what do we do with Jem here? With 141 of her spell points left, it might not be a bad idea just to stay in Dark Cloud. It might not be a bad idea. It's completely unknown where the dangers are, what the dangers are. Maybe not a bad time to back off and start looking at trying to get gold dragons. Then again, we've talked about how this is a timing attack. Let's be bold. Let's just hope for the best. Let's go up the road and scout what we can. Looks like there's an alchemist lab right there. Alchemist lab, ore pit. And again, we'll collect some of these local adventure map objects just so we can know what's there. Just so that way, when the cover of darkness hits again, we can figure out what's going on. We are going to expect Elishar to go down right now. No, Tamika... There we go. Tamika backed off, and then they're back. Let's just see what Tamika's got. 13 of the Walking Dead with 4 attack, 9 defense, 7 power, 7 knowledge. Tamika might be Orange's toughest hero. Really might be. Let's do a cheeky magic arrow, and then do I really care if Elishar sticks around? Let's make Tamika spend the magic points. They don't. Okay, but there's a ballista. Okay. Understandable. Have a great day. Let's get these troops on over, and then I think that Eri might... Let's see. There's gold here. The water wheel. Let's go to the water wheel first, and then we'll have him head up. You're going to want at least 1 hero still to run this circuit where the dragons are. And now that I know that this ore pit's here, I don't think that Jem actually wants to go back, especially because I think that Serena can continue to do her little bits of picking up. And there's just more important things for Jem to do. Much more important things for Jem to do. Poor Sar. I think I actually want to have him get up the road to scout in this direction. Whoa, nope, 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 nope. And now he's dead. And so since we know he's dead, let's actually just have him go as far as he can and just see what we can see up this road. Looks like there's not much, but Clavius is a fairly tough hero for red. We will have to keep an eye on him. Maybe we head to the Sanctuary, just make sure that we are very safe. And then from there, we can go left, we can go right, we can go anywhere we need to. That actually took all of our movement points, save 154 out of our 2,400. That was a pretty good, fortuitous bit of range. I did not expect that to happen. I'm grateful it did, though. Grateful it did. We are not in the manner of building up Fortune Keep at the moment, by the way. It's always a good idea, don't get me wrong. But I do think that we just have bigger and more important things we need to deal with. I really do. I think that there's just more important things to do. I think that with 4 dragons for 9,600 gold, I think that 7 dragons can impress any wandering forces into our army if they will be obliged. Let's just take a quick look. Weak creatures will flee before us, sure. But is there anybody else that might join us? 88 centaurs, they will also flee. What if we do pick up the rest of our troops here? We've got a couple troops. Let's just give it a shot. Let's purchase everybody here. Send them all up, send them all down. Just check. They will flee. They will flee. They will flee. It may be very unlikely that these centaurs will join us, but it does seem like a good idea to try anyway. We're going to leave these other troops. I'm not sure if having troops that are not of your faction actually makes the enemy not want to join you, more or less. We will have to wait and find out. There are these centaurs all the way over here. They look like they're just a little bit too far out of my way. And I know that these centaurs won't join me, so let's head here and here. Is this a good idea to send this much of the army in this direction? I think no. I think it's best to go along the main road, and rather than go the long way up through the northwest, we go through the southwest, and we can still be close enough that we can deal with vagabonds and whoever might threaten us without actually giving us too much cause for concern. And so with that being said, there's no more troops here in Elfwind for us to join. Let's just have Kyrie, let's just have him hang out. I've decided, by the way, I'm going to do a video, and I'm gonna post it, and it's gonna go through all the heroes you can find in Heroes of Might and Magic. And I'm gonna say what I think their names are, and then it's gonna be your job, you as the viewer, to correct me and make sure that I get it right. So that's my ultimate plan. And I'm excited. I'm hoping that there's gonna be a lot of participation in there, because maybe you say it's not Torosar, maybe it's Parasar or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. The point is I want to know what you have to say on the matter. Maybe I've been saying these wrong for so long, and it's just been grating on you, and you've been extremely disappointed in Phixfox, like, oh, geez, this guy. Okay. We'll do that in just a moment. Right now, we got more important things to deal with. Magic arrows, sure, why not? Let's kill one lich. And then let's run this way. I don't know, maybe we can last for one more round of combat. I kind of doubt it, but I really don't care if I lose this hero. Again, it was 2,500 gold for a scout. And I'm hoping that they don't have covers of darkness. Something tells me that they just might. They do. So cover of darkness, gembing here. I don't think he's tougher than I am. Clavius is the toughest hero I've seen for red so far. And I think I'm tougher. Who is their primary hero? Straker. They've only got bone dragons. If they had ghost dragons, I'd be more worried. I think that we push. I think that we push up this road as far as we can go. Let's get our foothold, and let's be bold, let's be brash, let's be daring, let's kick butt and take name. Haunts Wind, Newcastle, we should be able to take this today. Let's make sure that we get our +1s, and then let's fight here. Okay, 11 centaurs actually looks pretty good, but the enemy has fled. Let's fight this one more time. This is actually levels where we might consider doing a double destroy undead. I think that we're actually just going to wait on all of our troops. Who's the fastest creature on the battlefield? Bone dragons, and then the silver pegasi. So silver pegasi have to wait so that they can get the next round of combat. Up and over. Good time for the wait. I want to make sure I don't open myself up to that extra shot from the liches. Let's try and kill bone dragons where we can. They're still a pretty tough unit. And then let's just wait for the rest of this. Defend. 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 And then this should be the time where we cast our spell, and we should get 2 destroy undeads in a row. And that should actually be very helpful. That should kill... Will that kill all these skeletons? I think that that'll kill all the skeletons. I wasn't keeping track. But that means that we do have to start putting some damage onto the Black Knights. Just in case, I am going to attack the skeletons here, and then I can decide where I put my damage elsewise. I think that these 11 war unicorns are actually going to do a ton of damage. 1 more destroy undead for 140. That's going to be 80 hit points left. I will take the hit just to make sure that I put on as much damage as possible. I may lose 1 or 2 silver Pegasi. Let's see. There goes 23 damage. Never mind, no Pegasi lost. Perfectly fine for me. And then the unicorns will clean this up. Fantastic. So, glorious victory for 2 elves and 7 centaurs, and their hero does not get to run. No artifacts, that's okay. But Haunt's Wind is the next on my hit parade. And this is one of those times where I think that the losses are going to be completely mitigated by 1 single expert resurrection. Yep. So we don't even need to spend any spells. Let's just fight this fight as best as we can. We may lose 1 Pegasi. I am just fine for that. Probably should have waited now that I think about it. In my haste, as I'm very impetuous, I just realized that's probably going to cost us a little bit. Let's take out the skeletons. Oh. Thankfully, it's not going to cost us nearly as much as I feared it would. That feels okay. In fact, have we even lost a Pegasi yet? I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe we just do 1 magic arrow to help out with this. Right there. Defend. There goes more elves, more elves, more elves. And everything you did was all for naught. How does it feel? In fact... Oh no, the vampires aren't going to do anything. And there's no enemy that needs to run. Okay, just fine. For some reason, I don't know why, I waited on the Silver Pegasi. I guess I thought, oh, the Grand Elves are going to get to go before the vampires. Vampires go before the elves, and I think, oh, disaster. And then I'm saying, no, 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 no. Really, you don't have to worry about that because there's no enemy that's going to run with just 2 vampires. It's a castle. Oh my gosh, look at this. We have 82 movement points with Gem. We're going to hop right in here, and this Boots of Speed and these Equestrian Gloves are being so clutch for us. Let's pick up Haunt's Wind. Let's just take a quick look. So this is actually important to know that the enemy does have an Armageddon. They've got the Inferno. They've got some pretty good spells here. This is a little bit concerning. I think the Gem's going to pick up all of our spell points at the end of today, and we're going to be excited to see, what she can do in the future. Right now, though, we got to explore. Hiring heroes just to potentially lose them in short order doesn't make a lot of sense. I understand, but it makes sense here because what's most important, 2,500 gold worth of heroes or the intelligence I get from sending heroes off into the void? That is what I feel. That's my 2 cents on the matter. Because we've already picked up 1 town over here. And I think that I'm going to be able to see right now enemies before they get here because I think that this is all closed in and such, so on and so forth. Let's go to here, see if these centaurs will join. And so I should have advanced warning before the enemies will come and get me. Horde of centaurs. Let's just see how much further up the field we need to go. Maybe I can spot them from here. They will flee. They will flee. Okay, very unfortunate, but all these centaurs will run. Even 1 out of all those centaurs that we've already gotten, I feel pretty okay with that. That feels pretty okay. Oh, dark blue Keymaster's tent. We needed that like 2 days ago. And then Strongland, I don't think we actually need anything right there right now. It's just a little bit of a battery. It's a place where our marketplaces reside. And I think we'll actually... I wish we had just enough movement points to take the slowest creatures off of Clancy. We do not. And so Genova will carry on her way. Kyrie is going to, I think, actually stay here in our main castle of Elfwind. We're going to make sure that there's nothing else. We're going to make sure that if we need troops in a moment's notice, that he'll be here to help us get to the front, because he should be able to get at least to probably right about here. given that he's got a little bit of movement points left, about 900 left, yeah, he should be able to get pretty far up that road just in case. Yeah, okay. And now I'm thinking we got 10,000 gold. Let's start to work on some of these other potential creatures we can get. We've got 7 dragons. Is it better to get more green dragons or one set of gold dragons? I think that we are so close to busting this map wide open. I think that we get the level 3 Mage Guild now. I think that we push for the upgraded Dragon Cliffs. And then at the beginning of next turn, we should have enough to get gold dragons and then get those upgraded and send them on out from there. We're getting so much gold because we just picked up 2 additional Necromancer castles. There's a red hero. What? What? Okay. Is this the end of red? Did we just defeat red? Was this their last gasp with Thant? I'm going to accept the 10 Centaurs loss just because I want to see Pendant of Total Recall. What? Is this their last gasp? Okay, we got to fight this because this is Striker. This is Red's toughest hero. This is exciting. I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm excited. And clearly we have the overwhelming force. Not going to lie. At this point, I'd rather have the 7 green dragons here, knowing that we're probably going to defeat red now. That probably was... Okay, that was a miscalculation. That was a mistake. We've got the resurrection. We've got additional troops if we need them. We got massive amounts of damage with so many different types of spells. Folks, he's got no chance. We were going to win this fight before. We are definitely going to win this fight now. I don't see any problem. Let's see. 1,000 hit points on the catapult. I mean, we could do it. For the memes, we could destroy the catapult. Like, we could do it. I don't think we need to do it. Okay, let's look at this. 7 liches, that's 210 hit points there. That's going to be more than 1... That's gonna be a chain lightning, but that's gonna be more than 1 destroy undead. We could do 2 destroy undeads, and that would destroy a lot of troops. Let's just do the chain lightning. Oh, spell will affect nobody. Are we on cursed ground? We might be on cursed ground. Destroy undead? Interesting. Why did this lich not take damage from that spell? Did you see that? That is interesting to me. He must have resistance? Must have resistance. Okay, tough hero then. Understandable. Got to get the Silver Pegasi out of the way so that we don't make ourselves a good target for a lot of this enemy aggression. I'm expecting our elves to take a huge swipe of damage. So we're at 69 down to 68. I do want to destroy knights first. Lightning bolt. How many centaurs go down? That's 25 centaur captains. Okay. So 1 and 25. I'm just keeping track for the purposes of my resurrection. There's another centaur 26. And then we do attack here. We're going to end up doing a lot of damage, taking a lot of damage. Centaur captains are my primary troop that I need to resurrect. I don't mind the damage I'll take here from these vampires. I think I don't mind casting 1 implosion right on these skeletons. They resist the spell. Never... I don't want to say never have I seen that, but rarely do I see that. We're going to take out these liches here. I hope that these elves actually do the follow-up. In fact, the elves will now go before... No, the vampires leapfrog where the liches were. And we're going to lose the initiative with these elves. There's going to be a spell coming out. What it is, I'm not sure. But it could be a little bit concerning. I don't want to attack the skeletons with the Centaur captains. The Grand Elves should be able to stop them, and neither the Whites nor the Vampires can get in on that. Let's just kill 7 here. Let's focus on the 32 here. Down to 32, down to 14 on the Whites. The Centaur captains are doing tons of damage. They're also taking tons of losses. We do get the opportunity to attack the skeletons. We go from 150 skeletons down to 60. The Whites are officially down at the mercy of those Centaur captains. They didn't even have a chance. The Walking Dead are going to attack the Centaurs, and this is good, actually. The fact that the Centaur captains are taking all of this attention feels really good to me, knowing that I've got that trick up my sleeve. The AI has seen the resurrection before, but for some reason they just can't keep track and say, oh, I wonder if he's going to do that again. And the answer is absolutely yes. So that's going to mitigate hopefully the damage from the 1 lightning bolt that's already come previously, not to mention a whole barrage of damage. 56 Centaur captains arise. We're doing excellent. We're going to let our big beefy troops do the damage. That includes taking a little bit of losses on these Centaur captains. I think that the Centaurs, the Elves, and the Unicorns can kill all 55 of these Walking Dead. Oh my goodness, I should have just let the Elves do it because they've got that archery and they are so tough. So 1 Grand Elf, 29 Centaur captains. This is Red's toughest hero, Straker, going down. I'm expecting some artifacts here. We get the Pendant of Negativity, which renders your troops immune to Chain Lightning and Lightning Bolt spells. That was big on there. And then the Cards of Prophecy for the +1 on the luck. Not to mention, I know that he must have had resistance because those skeletons resisted that spell. Not to mention the Destroy Undead. Those liches also prevented that. We get the Expert Diplomacy plus level 22 for Gem. Happy to see that. Orange. We do have Septinia defeating Aligar. I don't think that she's got much to her name. We're going to accept those losses and just assume that there's going to be a dead Septinia in just 1 second. I dreamed of Amanda last night, and I was happy to see her. I told her everything about the old druid, his surprising offer, and my conclusions after reading his book. Amanda asked me what I felt about the druid's offer. Honored, I said after a pause. Gem, Amanda replied, if our two philosophies are as similar as you say, it may be a good idea to join them. I told her I couldn't. I would feel so disloyal to her and my sister sorceresses. Amanda shook her head and told me to find out what type of oaths they would require before I made any decisions. Good idea. Good idea. Light blue Keymaster's tent, dark blue Keymaster's tent. Before we do anything else, let's head right in this direction. Just making sure that we have this is going to be nice. We do see Nagash here as the orange hero in the center. We saw a little bit of activity in this general direction. And again, we do have Septinia. She's actually got a pretty good army. I thought that she might have just a few troops. No. She's got something pretty nifty to deal with. It's going to be important that we attack her now. And I say attack her now, but that's not before we hire one more hero. We're going to need Ivor hired here at the Haunts Wind, so that way we can travel up the road and see if there's any other heroes that might be concerning for Gem. If they're not traveling along the road here, I don't think they're going to be just off the beaten path. I think that this gives me no pause. I think that Gem ought to take her talents and go to South Beach and attack Septinia. I'm expecting some losses, 61 Centaurs for the Pegasi. If for no other reason than we have the Resurrection and 260 spell points, we're going to do even better. Let's see. I'm expecting damage, 7 spell power. I'm expecting a couple of spells to come out. I think that I just want to drop 1 Chain Lightning right here. Oh yeah, that's feeling pretty good to me. We're going to also get the Silver Pegasi out of the way. I don't think that the Liches will focus on the Ballista so they can get Dwarves and Dendroids. That just seems like a waste of your damage, to be quite frank. Let's wait on everybody else. That is going to be 16 Centaur Captains that go down to a Lightning Bolt. And the Centaur Captains are once again getting the majority, the lion's share of the aggression. We're going to lose no Grand Elves when the Liches deviate from their plan. I hope that the Liches recognize, hey, wait a second, boss, we should probably spread our damage around a little bit. Something tells me, though, that the AI is not going to learn new tricks at this time. Might as well be, I don't want to say cavalier with the Centaur Captains, but we might as well put them into the damage, into the fray, because they are going to get that resurrect next turn. Black Knights are going down from the War Unicorns. What a good troop. What a great troop. I really like the War Unicorns. It's just that they don't really stack up to the other creatures that are available, if that makes any sense. I just don't think that they're nearly as good as other 6th level creatures. And that makes me a little bit sad because they are really, really cool. And I want to see them do well. I did resurrect the Centaur Captains. Why is that? Because I'm worried that the enemy will run. And if the enemy runs, then that's bad. Looks like the Liches are going to go next. And whether it's the Vampires or the Liches that allow Septinia to get 1 more Lightning Bolt off, I don't think it'll matter. I think that we're going to stab, take a Lightning Bolt, and she's going to run. That's correct. 16 Centaurs go down total. I'm still happy with what we did save. We do have lots of room to run and lots of decisions to make. Water Wheel, not really worth my time. I want to get up this road. I want to also get back. I want to make sure that I am as close to the sanctuary as I can get. I see that I'm not going to be able to reach this sanctuary at this time. unless I can find a way to get these troops unloaded, the slower troops. I think that's actually going to be worth my time. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go as far as we can up this road. We're going to hire one more hero. Yeah, one more hero. We're even going to dismiss somebody if we need to. And then after we do that, red Keymaster's tent, very important as well. And then we're going to have a hero come on up and unload troops. We could have potentially dropped our slowest troops here at the ore pit. I don't want to lose 50 dwarves. Actually, who's slower, dwarves or dendroids? Speed 4. I don't want to lose 15 dendroids just at an ore mine. I could always pick them up later, sure, but meh. Okay, we know that these centaurs are not going to join us. Not here, not here. I'm going to check up on these ones right over here. This is kind of like the last chance. Let's go this far. These creatures will flee. Okay, and that eliminates any more hope that I have of picking up any more centaurs into my army. At this point, if I clear out centaurs, it's just because they're worth experience points to me. And still, that 82 or whatever that was right here, that makes me pretty happy. I'm pretty happy about that. Let's get the Dragon Cliffs right now. It's going to be expensive. But I think that 7 green dragons into gold dragons is going to be enough of a bonus for us. It's going to be everything that we need. Let's head on back, see if we can get this other dragon in short order. And then let's wait. Let's see, should we wait? No. How far can Clancy get up? Clancy can go to here, next to that tree. Let's go down to that tree. And then we're going to get, it's going to be Kyrie, up to Elfwind to get those dragons upgraded. And then we're going to set off south. My hope is that Jem can head into Nagash in short order. So let's keep here. I don't really care about Ryland. I care here. I care here. I think that my least valuable hero is actually Ryland. So he's going down with his speciality of the dendroids. Feels bad to dismiss heroes, but what we're doing is just focusing on the prime directive. We are focusing on what's going to win us the game, and right now it's going to be making sure that Jem is the fastest son of a gun ever. So even getting rid of the 7-speed and the 8-speed centaurs, we can do that. We're going to just take a quick look and see what this looks like, because Malcolm's got plenty of movement points. Is orange going to be able to reach here? Or is there an orange hero here? I don't think so, but we don't know. And so for that reason, we are going to make sure that we at least have 7 speed and higher. That should be enough. 7 speed and higher troops should be enough to get the movement we need. We'll just drop the 4 speed and the 5 speed troops. And Malcolm's actually going to keep those troops here with him in this town, in this castle. Jem is still a force to be reckoned with. Just make sure that there's no problems. We're even going to split centaurs in half and then split the elves in half. That should give us plenty of flexibility in case that there is a problem. On to the new day. Okay, so let's see. We see 2 orange heroes. It looks like they are all to the east. I am very, very much wondering if red was to the west and if orange is to the east, or if they are simply intermingled all throughout. It's going to be important to find out, but we're not going to know until it's too late, I think. I shouldn't say too late. I will say too late. Until it's too late and we've already stumbled into something crazy. Much like in the very first scenario that gave us trouble, though, where we lost a hero and just lost the game because Jem and Clancy are win-loss conditions, I think that I need to always be aware and make sure that the enemy does not get that opportunity to deal a major blow to me like that. There's no troops to purchase here. I don't think that unless an enemy pops out of the desert that we're going to have to worry about troops there. For now, we're going to keep the equestrian gloves on Jem. Let's travel up this road. Swan Pond. Interesting. If I go up, let's just travel up the road, down the road, up the road, stables. And then from here, gold mine? Gold mine. I'll take a gold mine. Looks like the road goes to a gem pond, crystal caverns. I don't think that there's anybody who's going to come from this direction. I think that we're fine. I don't think we need to worry about being backdoored. So then Malcolm can drop off all these troops. We can consolidate our troops. We can go to the very, very center of the map, and we're going to be just fine. It sounds good. Let's see if it works. Malcolm needs to explore here. Just make sure that there's no enemies here. I'm trying to figure out where my corners are. Make sure that there's no backdoor possibility. Otherwise, we can now reach the sanctuary. That was my goal. I suppose I might have been able to make it without hiring Malcolm if I'd gone to the rally flag. Not knowing, though, is the concern. And now Gem is like a tarantula. She's like a spider in the middle of her web, and she is waiting for somebody to step a little too close so that she can reach out. She is safe. They are not. And this is going to give me the time that I need to get those gold dragons over to her. We are about to be in an excellent position. The rest of my heroes are just kind of waiting. I don't think that we need to worry about enemies popping out of the darkness just yet. Let's see what Orange does, focusing on the eastern half of the map. Orange is still staying away from us. That's excellent. Grand Elf Growth, +5. That feels pretty good. We're going to wait on this green dragon, knowing that we can get that at any time. And then we're going to upgrade these dragons. Very costly, but 10 gold dragons can do an awful lot for us. It can do an awful lot for us. So we're going to get those troops first, focusing on the elves, as always. And then Pegasi, now is going to be a good time to make sure that those guys stick around. Centaurs is the power stack, especially since they're taking so much attention. And then 5 dwarves. Alrighty. This looks like a pretty good army. I think that we should be thrilled with the way that this is going. And let's make sure that we break the enemy. I could probably do this map faster if I wasn't so worried about the enemy surprising me. Clancy can't be the one to deliver these troops, by the way. We need somebody else. It's got to be anybody else. Never mind. I know that we just said that it was going to be Clancy. No, he's going to go back. He's probably going to go head over to this area and just help run troops, because I don't think that Clancy is actually going to stick with us into the future campaign. Of course, this is the last scenario in this campaign. I think the Gem, she needs all the experience she can get. I don't think Clancy really matters. I don't think we're actually going to see him again. Sad to say, but he's been an excellent hero for us. We're grateful for all of his work, all of his service. Nothing else to be said. With the resources we have left, I think that we actually want to just focus on the gold. Again, I think I've already broken the enemy. I'm just making sure that I'm being careful with my mop-up. And so, let's trade what we have. Enough to get this castle fully bought out. Minus 19 skeletons, that's just fine. And then Gem is currently waiting until we figure out what else to do. Oh, she's got so many spell points. Or movement points. I think I'm just going to go down this road. It's a bad idea. We're waiting for troops. We will wait for troops. We could even get to here if we wanted to. How far can Kiri get? Here? Let's just go to right here, by the imp cache. No one can reach me from there, and I'll still be within spitting distance of anybody that wants to cause me harm. Okay, on to a new day. Orange is pressing into our easternly Necromancer castle. I've been thinking about the old druid's offer and what Amanda said. I think I will ask what oaths are involved. If there are no conflicting oaths, then I will join the druids, making a new home for myself here in Antagarich. I'll send the old druid a message today asking for a meeting where we can discuss what types of vows are required of druids. It's a cute story. I love this story. Green Dragon and the homestead. I didn't realize until I re-listened to these, I rewatched these occasionally. We got this Dragon Cliff on week 2. We've been getting so many additional dragons just from that early aggression, from that early start, and I'm thrilled for it. I think that that's going to prove to be the thing that, again, breaks this map, knowing that all of a sudden, boom, you want dragons? Here's 10 of them. Tell me what you end up doing with them. We are going to end up leaving this one green dragon. But look at this, going from 18 attack, 18 defense, 180 hit points, up to 27 attack, 27 defense, 250 hit points. Not to mention the speed goes from 10 to 16, and the damage stays the same, but the attack skill means that you got that bonus modifier, and then you got one additional level of spell immunity from level 1 through 3 up to level 1 through 4. Yeah, an excellent upgrade. Thrilled for it. And so this is a fantastic army. I guess I do need to check if Gem needs any of these newer artifacts. I don't think that the charms are going to be that useful, not for the +1 luck anyway. And then the Pendant of Negativity, I think that's probably better than the Forgetfulness spell. Not affecting me. No more lightning bolts. I think that's going to be better for me. And now I think that we march. And we follow the road, and we go down as far as this road will take us. Right into a garrison. Which would scare me, except we've already been through tough garrisons like that before. We do need to get at this Red Keymaster's tent. I think that we'll send somebody along the way. Not too long. Oh, I guess I did miss this. Tamika is posturing like they're going to cause us some grief. They are not tough enough for us to deal with that. One of the best ways you can get the enemy off your back is to get onto their back. Whoa! I thought that we were in the clear. We are not in the clear. Okay, so red has more to do with us. Does Haunt's Wind have enough troops to potentially hold out against this kind of aggression? They better. They better. Because I'm not going to put Clancy down here. I think with one good hero, probably with Malcolm coming back, and Malcolm's still a level 4 druid. He's still worthwhile. He's going to have access to all these spells. I think that he can still be useful for us. We're going to purchase all these troops right now. Going to dismiss the Centaur. Well, we'll keep him. No, we're going to get rid of him because there's not going to be any room in the army when we purchase all the troops next turn. And then again, we're just going to have Clancy fly through some of these other extra options for us on this front. So a little bit of pressure and a lot more pressure. A little more pressure to the east and a lot more pressure to the west than I anticipated. Yikes. Okay. Okay. Didn't expect that. Should I go back? Nimbus looks pretty tough, and now I know that there's a way to get through here. Actually, I think that it's going to be... Malcolm is just going to hold out. Might as well pick up the gem pond, and I think that we go through the monolith two-way. I think we want to see where this goes. Septinia. Geez, Orange Hero Septinia. She's back. Several bone dragons. This is important information to have. And then Dragon Utopia? Has anybody visited this Dragon Utopia? And look at this. Okay, Dead Man's Boots. We know where this is at now. Light blue, dark blue, red, and then this. I think that this last border guard is the quest guard. Remember that there is this Eslock the Seeker, or the Seer, who is looking for 25 ghost dragons. That'll give us the Sandals of the Saint. I seem to remember that this border guard is going to require the Sandals of the Saint, so we need to accrue 25 ghost dragons. Ghost dragons in order to win this scenario. Yep. Am I thrilled? It is what it is. But I definitely am going to fight these fights tooth and nail. I don't know. I don't want the 5th level Mage Guild. I don't want to just gift them a 5th level Mage Guild. But I think I will get the upgraded Halls of the Dead. We'll go up to the Dread Knights. And now we do have one full army here. Okay. Malcolm, best of luck, sir. You're not going to get any additional help, but this should be fine. You can do this. I believe in you, buddy. I believe in you. Okay, Gem is going to push through this garrison. Now that I know that this is here, though, what's the likelihood I'm going to be able to take and hold castles? Fairly low, I fear. I fear it's going to be fairly low. Let's have Serena head back. So next turn she can maybe come on out and defeat this enemy here. Next turn, not now. I still want to push through this garrison, though. I do. I truly do. Let's push. I'm going to assume the Septinia is the toughest thing that they've got. We don't even lose anything to bone dragons. Look at this. We no longer have to worry about some of these fights, and that feels pretty good. Let's travel by road. Let's pick up whatever we can. This castle is going to be the first thing for us. This is going to be Black Quarter. And these enemies, Galthran, then Pyre, Aislin's back. We're going to have to deal with these guys one by one. 4 Centaurs, that's fine. No troops lost, that's very fine. Black Quarter. We can do better. We're going to do 1 Resurrect on the Grand Elves. So let's do that now. Boop. And oftentimes you're going to find that mopping up the enemy is a huge chore just because you're going to lose troops like that. That feels bad every single time. The enemy does have implosion. That's important to know. That's good to know for us. I think that we do purchase another hero here. Thorgrim. Well, hold on. Let's get Septinia back as a defender. That's going to open up space here for one more hero. It's Heroes of Might and Magic. These are all useful heroes. They're doing good work. Whoop. Dragon Vault. That's good to know. We want to get that if we can help it, or if we can. I think that it's not going to be a bad idea. Jem has 227 of her magic points left. But then Aisling can go around her and get into Black Quarter. Let's just wait. I don't love it, but that'll be the best for us. Let's have everybody else just kind of stay and wait. We are picking up these dragons here. We want to pick up more here and here. It's going to be quite some time before we can take care of that. Wood Elves. And then back you go. Somebody else, anybody else can pick up the other things. Like Centaurs. Clancy continues. I do want Clancy to be in Elfwind. I just think that that's going to be the best place for him, just in case. He's always going to be able to come from a position of strength. Let's end this turn. Let's see how good Nimbus is. Nimbus turns tail and runs. And Tamika wants to fight? Okay, I just want to see... Because, yeah, there's no way that Tamika's going to win this fight. There's no way. Magic Arrow. Let's just pick off one skeleton here. How's this battle going to go, actually? I don't even know how this fight's supposed to turn out poorly for us. Tell you what, let's just hit auto combat and see what the AI thinks. Yeah, your best bet is doing 80 damage magic arrows to a full garrison. Buddy, I am not worried. That's not how I would have used my spell points, though. I can tell you. And we're actually going to go and meet this guy. Because, of course we will. 24 spell points left. You could absolutely hammer me if you continue to choose to do so. I'm just not going to let you. Okay. Always. Occasionally there's some weird choices. Yeah, the whole reason why you're losing any troops is because the AI is just letting you... They're just... What? Going into a defensive position is a tried and true tactic. I'm not trying to say that that's bad. The problem is that it's being used incorrectly at this point. Obviously, when you might as well just go forth, kill the enemy, especially when you know they're going to keep casting those lightning bolts. So instead we lose 16 and 8. That's much better than anything else. What are you doing? +3 knowledge, +3 power, +2 attack, +2 defense, +2 defense? What are you doing? Oh, now this is a question. Are orange and red allied? I'm guessing that they must be. They have to be, right? Simply must be. Septinia's got to get out. Oh, we already have 8 adventuring heroes. Understandable. We're going to have heroes do some scouting. And then we're actually going to... Is this the hero I want to let go of? No, not here. Not here. I think Jem is going to take this bone dragon horde right here. Even though Aisling was heading to the east, we're going to grab this. Yeah, Dragon Vault. Too good not to get. There's one bone dragon in there even. That's going to get us closer to the troops that we need. We're probably going to explore with Ivor here. And then run. Okay, and there's 3 monoliths. Whoa. No. 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 Not a chance. Okay. All right, so where the other one will go, I do not know. Genova we keep because she's 350 gold per day. We keep here because of dragons. Keep here because of the logistics. Malcolm is currently defending and going to hold against Septinia, I hope. Thorgrim is the weakest and worst hero, and he's currently going in the same direction as Jem. I think we get rid of him. And then where were we going to have another hero purchased, hired? We're going to do this just so we can send Melodia out and do some more exploring in this direction now. And then we're going to have here, go in, and then Septinia come out. No, not Septinia, Serena, excuse me. She's going to try to make a break for it. I think she's safe here to right about there. Okay. Okay, if we can get to one more week, I think that we might be able to prevent the enemy from actually taking any of our castles that we've currently been sitting on. Red's heroes have abandoned him. He is banished from this land. Massive. Aw, which castle was that? That was right here. That was right there. We're going back. We could explore to the west. I think that we go back to the east, up the road. Because I know there's a castle here and I want to keep it. Yep, I want to keep Black Quarter. Galthran goes down again. One more time. Let's make sure that we resurrect these elves. I'm going to be these elves' favorite person. Unless they think that it's like, you know, dead, alive, I don't care. Just, you know, pick one. Pendant of Dispassion, no Berserk spell. And then we're basically out of movement points. I don't know. Was there another hero lurking around? Tough to say. I don't think this Septinia is actually going to push into Haunt's Wind, but if she does, I want to meet her there. Because she seems to be the toughest enemy hero. Aha! He's back. We're going to try and follow him into the darkness. If he corners himself in the castle, even better. I don't think that's going to be a problem for me. Let's get these good artifacts over to Clancy. Clancy might as well just go to here so he can grab them himself. Everybody else is on the move. As you were. And then Ivor, I'm actually really excited to see what he can find out because he's moving through some enemy territory. This is a good thing to know because this looks like a bastion for purple. He's going to go down right now. Don't kid yourself. But this is very useful to help me figure out what the enemy's doing, where the enemy's at. Hopefully I can see Nagash go here and then go back or up so before the cover of darkness hits. So that way I know where to pursue him. But I'm guessing that we got to go down the road and instead of going north to here and to here, you go south. That makes the most sense to me. Okay. Okay, perfect. Any other things to be concerned about? It's day 5. I don't think that we have any troops to purchase. Let's take a quick look at the Kingdom tab, though, as far as our Necromancer castles. Not Blight. Blight is safe. Dark Cloud, though. Nobody there. Nobody in Haunt's Wind. Maybe 20 skeletons. Black Quarters. Got a... None. Let's just purchase where we can, what we can. I didn't actually know you could do that. I didn't know you could purchase troops from that tab. Learning new things every day. Nagash goes, defeats Ivor, and then Nagash goes back down the road to the south. Acelin does not corner himself, but he does press into that area. Good to know. Free castle. Huge enemy hero. We can do much better. I'm wondering if we just ate 1 meteor shower per his speciality. But if anything you can do, I can do better, buddy. 4 bone dragons is not nothing. Problem is that we're just too much better. We're too big. There's just too much going on here. 600 hit points worth of bone dragons. This will kill 3 of them. Yeah, 3 of them. Let's kill 3 bone dragons right now. And then just focus probably then on these Dread Knights. Since they're pretty big and tough. I'm not worried about any other troops coming up. 63 Centaur captains, I think that we wait. Everybody else, we just defend. Why do you want to defend? Because you just ate an implosion and you want to make sure that you get the chance to resurrect. You do want to get the chance to resurrect. They cannot run. Do not let the enemy run. Who's going to go the rest of this turn? Their first aid tent gets to go. Can I damage their first aid tent? I can't shoot it with the Grand Elves? Oh, you're kidding me. If he's got first aid as a skill, I'm going to go bananas. I will go bananas because that will cost me Centaurs. I'm going to have to hope and trust that he does not. He does not. Otherwise, he would have run. Ooh. We'll take it. So 4 silver Pekasai and 8 of the Centaur captains. The Garniture of Interference, so your magic resistance goes up, and the Shield of the Damned, +6. +6. We are taking some heavy artifacts, and if all these artifacts had been on their primary hero, I think that you would have seen a much more difficult first round of combat. I think that we more or less lucked out. We hit our timing perfectly, and we are again using our spells to our advantage, and we've been using these gold dragons only recently, and yet the resurrect has been stupendous. I think that we're doing just fine here. Just fine. Okay, I don't think any of our castles are threatened at this current juncture. We do need to get Clancy these stupendous artifacts. Goodness gracious. And then Serena is going to head back over here. Clancy is going to stay back where he can be safe. Heading back towards our starting town of Elfwind. And then Genova just needs to continue to wrap up some of these intermediate logistics. That's plus 14 Centaurs. She's going to get this water wheel hopefully before day 1. Everybody else is good to go. I'm calling it that way. We're going to do something, folks. I labored over this decision in a previous video. I said to myself, look, if we get the opportunity to use the adventure map spell Town Portal and it's expert and I can go to any friendly town, should I use it or not? Does that break these maps? I've decided that for the purposes of these campaigns, I will do it once per scenario. And here's what I mean. I will get 1 dimension door per scenario. I will get 1 town portal, town gate per turn if I have it on my hero. So it's your 1 get out of jail free card. It's your 1 tactical advantage. And so use it, don't abuse it. I think that seems fair. I think that does, because that's the whole goal of saying no dimension door ever or no town portal ever in Heroes 2 or Heroes 3 is, well, don't abuse it. Don't make it break the game. I think that a one-time use, a one-time get out of jail free card, a one-time pass, I think that that's actually reasonable. I do. And so I'm wondering if I should use that here now with Septinia, because I do have it here for Gem. I could do a massive surprise attack. Then again, I've also got some other things here. I think it might not be a bad idea to defeat Nagash and then use my 1, thinking I will have just enough spell points, enough movement points to press on there. I'm going to accept these losses. That seems fine to me. Ribcage and Loins of the Legion. And I am going to have Malcolm take a step out. Just off you go, buddy. Leave all the troops, actually, I think. As many as you can leave. I'll step out, and we'll see, actually, if Gem can reach. She does not have many movement points left, but she might be able to make it where she's trying to go. Hold on. I'm trying to get to Haunt's Wind. Okay. We do have 688 movement points left. That's not going to be enough, but I think that we're going to catch Septinia very, very quickly. Malcolm is probably... yeah, he's thrown to the wolves. Let's call it what it is. He is thrown to the wolves. But I'm hoping day 7, if I can hold Black Quarter, if I can hold all these other castles, the enemies should have a very tough time in dealing with me very, very soon. I'm too far away from the treasury or anything like that. Otherwise, I would have considered getting that since I'm sitting on so much gold. And then let's just make this happen. Let's just see how this final fight goes here. Because I think that Septinia is the final major power that Orange has. And if I can catch her here, I think that we're going to be solid. She turns tail and runs as fast as she can. We're going to pick up the stables. Any other movement modifiers here? No. Stables is going to be it, though. There's no way that she's going to escape my clutches. I am on her tail. I am in hot pursuit. And I do not think that she's got any chance. Malcolm is going to explore. I don't need this Tomb of Curses or any small, simple skeleton. We're just trying to keep abreast of any possibilities. And then before I do anything else, let's purchase all of these troops that we have in all of our border necromancy castles. That's going to help dissuade any enemies from charging. It's going to prevent any possibility of having to do more work later. A little bit of preventative work now can save a lot of repairing work later. It's not how that saying goes, but I mean, the actual saying is what? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. I think that that's the general way that people have said it. And I do believe it. I think that we got enough time to go out of our way and come back. I have not forgotten about this red tent. I think that we might just destroy the undead and then we will go about our merry way. Oh, buddy. Yeah, the Swan Pond is an interesting adventure map artifact. Why is it an adventure, or why is it interesting? It will give you plus luck, but it will take all the movement points you had left over for that turn. So yeah, that is where Septinia is. That's where she's going to stay. We're going to focus on trying to save the Centaurs and the Grand Elves. Let's make this fight happen. And barring spells, this should not be too much of a fight at all. In fact, it's looking so good. I think I'm just going to send my troops across the battlefield, engage with the enemy, and I'm going to save my resurrections for the end of this round of combat. Just wherever they want to fight me, I'm going to let them do your damage. So be it. I don't care. I am going to save the Pegasi in the rear. They're pretty fragile. And then the unicorns, they can go down the battlefield. They can take a little bit of attention. There is the spell I was looking at. 95 down to 88 of the Grand Elves. And then, of course, 88 Centaur captains do perish. I don't care if they... I care if they push into this fight right now. No, I don't think that I do. They're going to take damage. They're going to pump out damage. It's going to be okay. And I am actually going to cast that Resurrection on them right now, saving as many as I can. So actually, we need to do one more Resurrect True on these Centaur captains. Let's try and prevent damage wherever else we can. I know that the Power Liches have already gone. They're still going to be one of the big, scary things I need to deal with. I am going to have the speed advantage because I've got the Silver Pegasi. They're going to get to go first more than anybody else. And so I will have one more Resurrect if I can eliminate all opposition at this time. Can it be done? I don't think so. Let's try our very, very best, though. A couple of skeletons. 40 skeletons go down. There's much to be done here. I think that we have to use our breath attack here on the skeleton warriors and the vampires. I think that we've got, with these 5 black dragons left, I think that the Pegasi are best to deal with these 2 liches. Are the 11 unicorns going to be able to defeat 5 black knights? I don't think so. Not with 7 defense against my 13 attack. I think we're going to end up taking one more big, heavy hit. I'm gonna resurrect one more time with these centaurs, and then there's a chance. Let's see, 237 to 209 damage. There's no way. There's no way. We're gonna kill as many black knights as we can. You're just gonna implode and run, aren't you? No matter what I do here, you're going to implode and run. I might as well try and get good luck, good morale. I do not. Does your tent... Wait. This is a trap. I don't think that the undead can actually get first aid, so I'm going to just defend. We're going to defend. Oh! Taurusar's Ballista just cost me at least, what was it, 60 centaurs I was going to be able to resurrect true. That is embarrassing. What an embarrassment. Disappointment. Disappointment. But this is their toughest hero, and look at this. It looks like this is actually everything that you can get from that, what is it, the Dragon City. These excellent artifacts. I mean, this is +3 attack, +3 defense for the Dragon Scale Shield, +2 knowledge, +2 power for the Dragon Wing Tabard. I think that we got the Dragon Teeth Necklace. We're not too far away from the power of the Dragon Father, actually. In all seriousness, we're not that far away. Tome of Earth Magic, not too bad. I think we've got all the Earth Magic spells we need anyway. And then the Orb of the Firmament, +50% damage for our air spells. That's going to be our Chain Lightning. That's going to be our Destroy Undead. Not to mention Endless Sack of Gold, etc., etc. Red, orange, and pink. We did it. We did it. We defeated the enemy. Good job. Alrighty. Well, now what do I do? I don't know. I didn't think I'd get this far. Huh. Well, how about you enjoy a nice, leisurely, relaxing time with me as we pick up tents, as we try and get a little bit more experience for Gem the Sorceress. I would like to see her get, I don't know, a place that she can trade troops for experience. Maybe there's this one little bit of experience here. There's these centaurs that are littered across the map. I guess I might as well explore with some of these other heroes. We did it. Yay us. I'm very thrilled. Good job. Well done. Yeah, now that there's no enemy, this scenario becomes very easy. I think that we can actually just make sure we get skeletons everywhere, or bone dragons. How many bone dragons do we have? Okay, let's do it like this. Let's make sure we have a hero in every Necromancer castle. And their whole job is going to be to just simply bring bone dragons to the front. So one here. One here. We're going to have to put somebody away. Have Malcolm go back. He's going to represent this area. And then Serena's here. And then we got Curie here. And gold doesn't matter, so... Bye. Interesting. Funny how that works. Yeah. And we just try and get as many bone dragons as possible. How many weeks is that going to take us? 3 here. We got 5 here. There's none being grown here. Grown. Grown. So we're going to do just like this. Troops in, troops out. And yeah, it's going to take us a little while. So 5, 6, and then a couple. This is going to be the big one. There's 6 here. There's 10 here. We need 25, and they got to be ghost dragons. We might as well get this castle upgraded to the vault. This upgraded because that's just going to be what it is. But it's going to be maybe 1 more week. And then, unfortunately, we may not even get to see all of this story text. We may finish the map too fast for the AI. Here, we're currently at month 2, week 3, day 2 was yesterday, and that's when we defeated the enemies, so we're good to go. I met with the old druid this morning over breakfast. I was honest with him. I told him I was considering his offer to join the druids, but I had deep concerns over the oaths required of me. He explained that each druid wrote their own oaths, and by lunch, we had worked out a set of oaths I was happy with. Knowing what Amanda had said, I felt confident to allow the old druid to submit my oaths to the Druid High Council. It sounds like their bar is pretty low. Like, yeah, man, do you want to join the Puppies and Ice Cream Forever Club? Like, I don't want to spoil it for you, but we get puppies and ice cream. It's pretty great. But you do have to bring your own puppies and ice cream. Like, it seems like it's kind of like a ragtag kind of group here, just based off of the fact that you can make your own oaths. I'm just saying. Then again, I did make my own oaths when I married my wife, and those still were pretty important. So, okay, never mind. With all that aside, let's carry on. Let's make sure that we do go and get these dragons over here. That is going to be a good opportunity to get some more experience. And that's is going to matter. It doesn't matter for Clancy anymore. Clancy doesn't need experience. Jim can go up to level 25. She's level 22. If I can get at least 1 more level of experience, then I can go to the Tree of Knowledge, and then I'll be happy. Otherwise, let's just wait. So heroes there. Good, good. Ryland is done. Clancy, better keep Clancy. Airy, I'm just going to have him drop off the dragons because it seems bad to just waste 2 dragons and a couple of centaurs and so on and so forth. But he's gone now. Just make sure you don't dismiss Clancy. That'd be a mistake. Okay. So only the important heroes are here. Is Z for sleep? I think it is. Okay. So we're back to just having all of our heroes slept. We're going to go grab the experience. We've got all the Keymasters tents. And we're just really waiting for... Centaurs. We're waiting for other troops that we need for the dragons. The ghost dragons. Let's pick up these gold dragons. They're actually better for experience for me. That was a mistake. And I knew it when I did it, but it's just so hard to turn down 8 gold dragons. I mean, what would you do in that situation? Knowing that the scenario is 1, do you let the gold dragons stick around or do you fight them? I think I definitely know what the right answer is. I should have fought. I'm going to fight these ones. I need the experience. Wait, did I let them join me? Ah, rats. Now I've got 31 gold dragons. There's got to be like an altar that I can just sacrifice troops on. There has to be. Amanda was in my dreams last night. After we greeted each other, I told her of my meeting with the old druid and how I was able to work out my old oaths into my new life here. A part of me will always be a sorceress, but I have evolved into a druid, finally finding a new life for myself in Antagarich. I asked Amanda to petition the other sorceresses for dispensation to become a druid. That's really cute. That's really nice. We're going to defeat the bone dragons. We're not going to hire any because we're going to dismiss these 116 centaurs that we should have fought. Whoops. And then might as well stay here overnight because there's nothing else to do. I do want to get one more hero just for exploring purposes. Let's go here and here. Let's have Thane just check out to make sure there's nothing along the road that I ought to get. Just for the purposes of being thorough. Sultan growth is up. One more bone dragon here. Might as well pick up the gold because sure. And then we're heading back. A couple of kind of housekeeping things as we are wrapping up this scenario, and I think that you can tell that this scenario is won. I am still hoping that I'm going to get a couple of people who are willing to submit playthroughs of their F-Heroes 2 playthroughs so that way we can see you play. And why is that? It's because I would love to continue to do the Phixfox shoutcasts. I've gotten a couple of really great offers for scenarios that are tremendous, they're great, but they're Heroes of Might and Magic 3. And I'm really trying to keep it F-Heroes 2 at the moment. In the future, you better believe that I will do not only F-Heroes 2, but also Heroes of Might and Magic 3. In fact, in the future, I might do a series where I say Phixfox shoutcasts games that he has never played in his life. Could you imagine how funny that would be for me to try and shoutcast a game like, I don't know, Apex Legends, or a game like Baldur's Gate 3, something that I've never played before? I think that would be hilarious, actually. And maybe I'll just do that. But we'll find out. We'll wait. We'll see. We'll see. Otherwise, I would love to get your playthroughs. If you are one of the people that likes to play F-Heroes 2, I would love to get your playthroughs. I think that'd be a ton of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. Remember, the way you can do that is just email me a playthrough of your video. You can just go over to Phixfox, you can email me at therealphixfox@gmail.com. You can go to the most recent Phixfox Shoutcast video, so that way you can take a look and go into the description. That will give you all the information that you need in order to find that email, and then just kind of what I'm generally looking for. The long and short of it is I just want to see you, and really I'm not looking to nitpick. I really just want to hype you up. Truly I do. That seems like the very best thing I can do. That makes sure that people are having tons of fun, oodles of fun, and I like to have fun, and I enjoy kind of doing that playthrough. So therealphixfox@gmail.com. Send me an email. Love to hear from you, and I'd love to see your F-Heroes 2 playthrough. In the future, I will get to Heroes of Might and Magic 3. I'm looking for more F-Heroes 2 right now. Send them in. Amanda appeared last night and told me my sister sorceresses had approved the petition to join the Druids. She hugged me and told me that she thought this would be the new beginning she had hoped I would find in Antagarich. Very sweet. We're just going to get the 2 other bone dragons here to the front, and then we're going to go through the most recent gate that's not too far away. Might as well have Josephine be the one to run here. To Serena and over. Whoa, we don't even have enough troops to make this really work, do we? Let's send Curie with a couple of fire elementals so he can make this big swap work. Here. And here. And then Malcolm needs to come on up and drop off some troops here. And then that should be all of the dragons I need. Actually, is that all I need? Yeah, that's way more than I need, so I actually don't need gems troops at all, do I? And then we'll just head on up here, and I think I might as well just have Jem head over to the gates so we can take care of that. I sent the revised oath to the old druid this morning. I told him that there were some nuances in the revision I preferred. I also told him I would like to finish this last quest for the boots as a sorcerer. After that, if the Druid High Council has approved my vows, I would swear them on the next full moon. I felt my heart lighten. Soon, I would be an Avlee hero and a druid soon. But first, I had to get the boots to Sandro. Oh, buddy, you're going to be pretty sad when you find out what's going on. Breaking all of our hearts. Cyclops want to run. Are we going to let them? No. We're going to fight them, accept these results, and we are too far away from our next level of experience. We're like 800 experience away. We're going to go grab a couple of Centaurs and not let them run. Let's see. Other than that, for housekeeping items for Phixfox Gaming, one thing I've been really, really happy with recently is I've just been putting out some of these, I don't know, community polls where I'm asking things like, you know, what is the best first tier creature from Heroes of Might and Magic 2. I'm asking things like, what is the best 5th level creature? Really small little things. I think that there's a lot of different things we can do with that, though. I think that there's a lot of play we can get. And I got to tell you, they take like half of a second. You see them, you do them, you have fun, bada bing, bada boom, done. Awesome. And I don't know, it's just like a nice way, I think, for people to kind of vote on things. And it's really actually kind of fun to see where other people are voting. For example, I love seeing when people disagree. So far, we've had pretty overwhelming majorities in every single category. And yet, I think that it's not always that we're going to see that. The closest so far has been, I think, for the first tier creatures. I think that it was a little bit of a close bet between skeletons and the halflings as the best first tier creature from Heroes of Might and Magic 2. I would love to continue to just see people interact with that. That's something new that we're doing here. Phixfox Shoutcast, of course, was a brand new thing. Having a ton of fun with that. I want to continue with that. And I think that I'm actually doing a fairly good job of balancing Heroes of Might and Magic 2 and Heroes of Might and Magic 3. The one thing that I think that, unfortunately, I'm going to have to kind of trim away, though, is doing videos that are not Heroes of Might and Magic. I've said that Phixfox Gaming is more or less a channel where I can do all sorts of games. But I recognize what people like, and I recognize where my talents and strategies lie. At last, the 25 Ghost Dragons. It took you long enough. Here, take the sandals. The aura of goodness sickens me. You are despicable, sir. And so with that being said, I'm still probably going to post the Factorio videos that I've been doing because I enjoy Factorio very, very much. But I recognize that that's not why people are really subscribing to Phixfox Gaming in mass. I'm still going to put those videos out, but I'm not going to alert all of my subscribers. I'm not going to tick that little box because I recognize that, again, most people are here for the Heroes of Might and Magic. They're not really here for Factorio. If you are here for Factorio and you also happen to enjoy the Heroes of Might and Magic, then I'm still going to be putting those videos out. I'm going to finish what I started at least, but I recognize that I need to kind of put my energy where I have it. I've had some additional. I need to put my energy where it's best suited. I've had some additional time recently to put out videos, and I've been very, very grateful for that. I don't think that is going to last. I've just got a lot of requirements on my time and energy, and that makes me sad because this is what I would like to do, but it's a hobby, and it's a hobby for a reason. I got other things to do. If for no other reason than I need to spend time with my family and make sure that I'm raising, a well-adjusted, happy kid. That's worth any other thing I could possibly do. That's the most important thing I can do with my time, is raise a good, wonderful kid, spend time with my dear, sweet, beautiful wife, and then also advance in whatever career I'm pursuing and things of that nature. There's some just important things I need to do, and I'd love for this to be the number one thing I do all the time. I just don't think that's feasible. I just don't. So it will stay a hobby. We will spend as much time as we possibly can with it, but we're going to prune some of the less successful ventures that Phixfox Gaming has taken. Again, Factorio is going to be one of those. And some things like, I don't know, I've tried a couple other games here and there. That's just really not going to persist. I'm sad about it. I'll still do it because it makes me happy. But we're going to adjust our time. We're going to be smart with our time. There's so many games to play, and there's so little time. Folks, this is the final scenario of the gem campaign, New Beginnings, Driving for the Boots. She has now become a druid, or she will right after this campaign. Next time we see Gem, she's going to be a level 24 sorceress. No, level 24 druid with all of these secondary skills. Not with any of these artifacts. I don't think with any of these skills or these spells. She might. But I think that she's doing well enough just now. Let's pick up these boots and get these to Sandro. Oh no, there's one last fight. In the middle of a small mountain glade sits a pair of dead man's boots. The hair rises on the back of your neck. A gentle breeze carries the faint odor of decay. You want to pick up the boots? No. What if it's some big scary bad guy? Kiri, go pick up the boots. Oh, I wanted to check. I wanted to see. I wanted to see what it was, and I messed up. Okay, I think we can beat him. It's Ghost Dragons. Let's fight it. I'm sure that we can win. Glorious victory. It's more than Ghost Dragons. It's Ghost Dragons, Vampire Lords, Dread Knights. This is a pretty big army. I'm not excited to see these guys, but they're not excited to see me either. Might as well just fight this fight really, really quickly. And in fact, now that I've cast that one spell, I think I'm just going to hit auto combat and go from there. Oh, wow, I do have 2 Bone Dragons with me, don't I? That actually brings down my morale quite a bit. So I'm sorry to see that. The Gold Dragons. Actually, maybe it's not a bad thing we picked up all those Gold Dragons. If we only had 10, maybe we would have had some problems with finishing the scenario right now. So maybe that actually turned out to be a good thing. I love that even though it's not turn 1, the AI is like, dude, what are you doing? Mass slow is always better than implosion. Do you really want to do 900 plus damage, or do you just want to kill, you know, everybody slowly as they are mired in the muck and grime? I think that I will take a page out of the AI's book, and from here on out, we will just know that the very best spell you can cast is that mass slow. We're just going to assume that that is the case from here on out. Wow, bad morale. Oh, insult to injury, making sure you don't lose any of those elves. I think that there's many more elves that you actually need to return to the battlefield. That was terrible. Yeah, you better get those earth elementals in there. If you're going to have all of your troops in one round of combat lose their turn because of poor morale, you better get the one troop out there that is not affected by morale. You better do that. My word. Huh. That was terrible. From here on out, I don't want to see another single person lose their turn. Everybody better just pick themselves up by their bootstraps and finish this thing off. And there that is. So losses are acceptable, of course. And there's actually maybe one additional level with the 17,000 experience. Nope, that's not it. But we're going to take the Dead Man's Boots. And I think that 17,000 experience will still help us because it will go on to the next level. Even though we are not up to that level break point, I think we're still going to be okay. Dead Man's Boots. They will increase the Necromancer skill by 15%. Man, it's a good thing we're not going to let these fall into the hands of a Necromancer. And then, of course, we do need to go back to Elfwind. What about... Congratulations, you have reached your destination. Precious cargo intact. You can claim victory. And now, we're going to see a very important story point now. Now.
Sandro has tricked me. But to what purpose? Why would he run off with the Dead Man's Boots without paying me? Did he keep the money for himself? Did he give Etheric the other artifacts? He certainly couldn't have been an agent for Dacia. The undead troops I destroyed to get the artifacts were worth more than the artifacts themselves. None of this makes sense. I will have to write to Etheric and Brakata and tell Lord Fayette about this immediately.
Yes, you ought to. Excellent scenario. Excellent campaign. I love it. Fantastic. Total time of 270 days. Base score of 2005. Impossible difficulty. Final score is 2005. That gives us the rank of an Archangel. That's pretty good. It's all right. Is that the highest it goes in Heroes 3? Actually, I'm not sure. But I know that you can definitely do this a lot faster than I did. And as always, like I've said in the Heroes 2 campaigns, if you can outdo me, if you want to play along with me, I always love to hear, hey, Phixfox, you know, I beat your score. And I'm not gonna get butthurt about it. I'm gonna be like, hey, way to go, man. I'm proud of you. Like, that's awesome. Because there's a lot of people that can do some really tremendous stuff with Heroes of Might and Magic, and there's so many great Heroes of Might and Magic players out there. And I'm grateful I get to be a part of this community, and I'm grateful that people are spending the time to watch these videos. Folks, with that being said, we're going to move on to the next campaign next time. Which one that is, I'm not sure. We might just roll the dice because there are a few options we can take. My name is Phixfox. Look after you, look after your friends, look after your family, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, take good care of yourself. If you don't, who will? I'll see you around.